Hi, welcome to Gemstone Tarot. This is your weekend tarot reading for the 13th and the 14th of October. Valley Bobs joins us. She's here. She's just preparing to lie down. That's what we should all be doing, Valentine. Shall I just take that tissue off the bed? I think I will. There you go. At least it wasn't a pair of pants. I'm sure when I started the channel, I did several readings where there was just like piles of underwear here. One I definitely did where there was a toilet roll. I remember that. Oh well, it all adds flavour to the spiritual journey. Can't remember who it was, and you will know because you're a clever bunch. Something to do with someone's always got to do the dishes, you know. There's always got to be toilet roll, you know. Might as well just bring it into the equation. I want the bottom card out of there. Here. Can't speak today, everybody. Having one of those days. And the top. You may hear the windows rattling a bit as well. It's a little bit in here. Hence the hot water bottle, so you may hear glugging as well. This is interesting. Who are these people? I've got a little collection of people. The Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Some of you are waiting for an offer. Again, I think this relates to yesterday actually with hold your horses. Keep holding them type thing. The Knight of Cups is an offer. It can be most often love because he is the kind of gallant love knight. You know, he kind of looks like it, doesn't he? He's got the knight in shining armour thing going on. He's normally depicted on a kind of a white horse, you know, literally, here I come, baby. I think you were, anyone dial up, you know, man on a white horse? Yep, there you go. It's that kind of romantic, fairy tale, medieval feeling, you know, being rescued, being offered, but it's in the reverse. That usually means one of two things. The offer comes, but it's a cheap version of what you want. Now, in love, this is the "Are you okay?" text message when you want the "I'm on your doorstep, I'm going to break the door down, I love you that much," you know? Not in a stalky kind of way either, but in a kind of healthy kind of a way. But it's somehow not up to snuff, you know? Or it doesn't come at all. At the moment, Venus is in retrograde. It's really murky. It feels like wading through kind of emotional toffee in a way. It kind of tastes nice. It's not like you're, you know, shoveling you know what. You're not shoveling like Heracles in the stables, but you are wading through sweet tasting, cloying kind of material. It's kind of frustrating. It's kind of confusing. We've got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. You want clarity. You want clarity. Most often, when we chase clarity, it runs away from us, like most things that you chase. Who put that law in motion and made us human? That's rough, isn't it? You have to be very self-aware to not go down that rabbit hole of chasing after something, whether it's an offer, whether it's a job, whether it's knowledge. And at the same time, that's not to say you can just apathetically, and we all wish we could, just lie back, you know, on your velvet cushion with someone feeding you bonbons and just say, it will come to me. I will do nothing, you know. It's not, it's somewhere in between. Although, have you ever noticed that the kind of people who seem to be like that do seem to get most things they want? I don't know what that means, but I do know it means don't don't go getting a sweat on for it, you know. You don't actually need to. Over here, the Six of Wands in reverse. You're not going to win with that strategy. There is a certain waiting game here that isn't actually waiting. We also have Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. We all know what that means. You know, that's the hand of fate. Sometimes you fall off the wheel. Sometimes you get to be the one, you know, who gets upgraded to the top bit where you get the reclining beds and the nice headphones. In the middle of the reading, and I think this was the card that I wanted to take off the bottom of the Smells Like the 70s gorgeous pack. Page of Pentacles. The Plodder. Page of Pentacles is also a page, so he's at the beginning of the patience. There is a need to not only hold your horses, but groom your horses, appreciate your horses, love your horses, and be happy with your horses. Okay? I always like it when I see, and I don't know what they're doing because I'm terrible with horses. I love horses, I have to say. But when I was younger, there were wild horses that lived near my house, and they used to try and kick me on the way to school. So I'm frightened of horses, but at the same time love them very much. I've never ridden a horse, but I'm fascinated by them. And I've noticed as well in poetry, most prominent poets write a horse poem at some point. I think there's, is it Edward Hughes and Ted Hughes? Probably the same person, Gemma. Edward, Ted. Edward somebody, and then Ted Hughes wrote one called The Horses, which is staggering, beautiful. There are loads. Edwin Muir, I think it is. I was going to say Elvin Starr, but actually he's someone who did a really cheesy pop record in the 1980s. It's all part of life's rich tapestry, okay? Horses. Scared of horses, but I love it when I see on TV or anywhere else where there's that flank of the horse and somebody puts their arm up against it and a human rests themselves on the horse like that. And I've never done it, but I think I know what it would feel like, and it feels very restful. And that's the feeling that needs to be cultivated. And there are other ways of expressing that feeling. Bloom where you are, you know, be happy where you are, whatever it is. But, you know, I've gone down a horse thing for the last few days, and I'm sticking with it. And also we do have this gorgeous horse on there. And I'm sure, and I've never done it, if you look them up as spirit animals, there is a certain grace and calmness that will be involved. Because you feel it, don't you? You feel it when they do that thing at, when it's what we call the gloaming, when, or Sheldon calls pre-evening of Big Bang Theory. When you're in summer and it's just getting to that time, crepuscular, when things get just a bit tinted and all the animals have their little jig and they do their weird wild thing. And I remember seeing horses dancing together, playing together all around the field. Oh, still scared shitless of them. But hey, love your horses, be with the horse, stay on the horse, groom the horse, and if necessary, muck out the horse, but don't, what am I looking for? Don't push it, don't rush it. Hold your horses. Top of the reading, Queen of Cups. This is the knowledge of that. This is where what everybody has. It's the scrying. She scries off the reflection of the cup. That's all the information that you're going to get. It's all the information you need, but it's all the information you're going to get as well. So better to be happy with that. 10 of Cups. That's a nice promise. Mars in Pisces. I don't want to say hang on in there, because hang on in there sounds like you're waiting, and I don't think it's a waiting thing. I think waiting is a paucity and a lack, and an acknowledgement of that. Yeah, who is this? Really wanted to take one of these today. Brian and Wendy Frood, Heart of the Fairy Oracle, as I like to call them, Heart of my Bottom Oracle. The Thief. Now, who is that for you? Romantically, this card comes up in personal readings when somebody is stealing your time or your trust and misusing it. So it could be that for you. Also, the thief can be your own procrastination, impatience, whatever it is. What's stopping you from loving your horse? Okay, which sounds really strange, but hopefully you're still with me at this point on the whole horse thing. Whatever that, of course, it doesn't have to be a horse. I'm talking metaphorically. What's getting between you and what you love? What's getting between you and you? Now, I promised myself today I would use one of these. Now, what are these called? If I could see the box, I would tell you. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I saw the box. It's in the somewhat chaotic tarot cupboard. That's really funny. That's obviously why I was supposed to use these cards today. Okay. Remember we said don't go down that rabbit hole. We get the Wise Woman of Wonderland. And there's the rabbit. Integrity and compromise. The compromise is you stay a little longer. But it's worth it. Getting to know what you need to know does not involve getting the information. Study, but not in a kind of booky, rational, need to know kind of a way. Study the form of the horse, study how things feel, study this way. Everything you need to know, and I felt it like this when my son was born, and you look over at a baby, and I remember having this kind of knowledge which was not rational. I mean, who's rational at that point? But I remember looking over at him and thinking, you know everything so much more than I do at this point. Everything that we need to know is already there. Everything you need to know is already there. It's just a case of coming into contact with it, loving it, and staying there. Valentine knows this, don't you, sweetheart? That's why she gets to sleep so nicely for about 15 hours of a day. I hope that's given you some clarity. It's quite a wandery reading, but you know, it is what it is. Leave me a comment, let me know how it resonates, and do check out my pick a card readings, which are on the channel at the moment. Have a good weekend. Let me know how it goes. Namaste.